Try to imagine the things you will hear me describing. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Relax and do your best to picture what I am describing. You are sitting on the edge of a Shahunga Creek. Your bare feet are swinging in clean, clear water. The water feels good, but it is cool after the recent spring rains. You hear children playing nearby and an animal splashing in the creek. It stops to get a drink. You feel a current washing over your feet, pulling at them. Think about the water flowing past your feet until it reaches a larger body of water, the Kansas River. The water connects you with the large river. Feel the powerful flow. See the green ribbon of trees and plant life on the banks. The larger stream carries the water past flat farmlands, factories, and forests. It winds around past Perry-Lecompton and on into Lawrence, Kansas. The water continues its journey, passing through Eudora and DeSoto. You hear people on the river now, and what sounds like paddles pushing the water, creating a gentle wave across your feet. You imagine the canoes and kayaks drifting along peacefully, their passengers enjoying a warm spring day. Imagine the river becoming much wider than before as it rounds a corner heading toward the finish line in Kansas City, Kansas. But is it really the end of the Kansas River? Not really. But the time has come for it to join an old friend, the Missouri River. As the two mighty rivers join at the confluence, let your mind think back to the days of Lewis and Clark, what it must have been like for them, traveling these unknown territories and depending upon the river for survival. Imagine Lewis and Clark in June of 1804, camping right here in what is now known as Caw Point Park. Let's take a minute and imagine what the mighty Mississippi may have been like long ago. Native Americans lived along its banks and used the river as a source of clean water and food. It also provided valuable transportation for many settlers. Early European explorers traveled these waters before it became the United States. You may catch fur traders making deals or even soldiers gathering with troops at certain points along the river. Later, the steamboats arrived, and more cities and farms were developed. The river has experienced a great deal over the years, and its 2,350 miles of water, passing by bluffs, prairies, hills, woods, and villages. The mighty Mississippi has changed since 1541, when the first explorers traveled down its waters, but some things have stayed the same. The river serves as a recreational spot for many people, and it is where water skiing was first invented. It still provides drinking water for millions of people, habitats for over 200 species of fish, and people still read famous stories by Mark Twain about this magnificent river. Now, let's fast forward to the end of this journey. We started our journey in the Shahunga Creek, but imagine starting at the very beginning of the Mississippi River. It would take you about 3 months to make the journey from Lake Itasca in Minnesota to about 100 miles south of New Orleans, Louisiana, where it meets up with the Gulf of Mexico. Millions of people have been touched by the water and depend on it daily. Water connects your feet with every stream flowing into the oceans all around the world. You can reach up the rivers to the hearts of continents. You can feel the tremor of the hippopotamus that just dove into the African river. You can feel an alligator silently sliding toward a heron in the Florida Everglades. You can feel beavers busily building a dam on a stream in Europe. You can see water, thousands of tons of it, in great drifting fleets of heavy white clouds. Your reach embraces all the whales, all the porpoises, all the sharks. Your feet feel the flow of the current of the miles-wide Amazon River. In South America, the ancient Nile River pushing north through Africa. The Colorado River thundering with a boat full of rafters through the Grand Canyon. Your watery embrace wraps all around the earth, and of course, the water flowing over your feet connects you with everyone else who is also sitting with their feet dangling in a stream, wondering where the water goes. It is time to come back. Bring the limits of your senses back from the world's rivers and oceans, back to the surfaces of your feet, back to where you are right now. When you feel ready, you may open your eyes.